slight issue with the manoeuvring of it inside. It's too heavy for the wheel dollies and the wheel dollies are collapsing, so we're going to have to unpack it to get the weight down before we even try and move it. Well, that was bloody hard work, but as you can see behind me and beside me on the floor, one new 4-post lift. So the plan was, I go to work, Christopher builds this, and then I'll just do, here is a before and after picture, you know, as they do, and it'll be built. But there's no way on God's earth that's a one-man job. Some of the parts, I mean, the biggest, heaviest parts are the two runners that you obviously drive your car onto, because they've got a huge hydraulic ram in one of them, and all the wire ropes, and they're extremely heavy, a lot heavier than the wheel dollies were able to cope with, because the little bearings started coming out of the wheels when we tried to move the whole thing, and it's picking them up outside. So we had to unpack it from outside, as you've already seen, and bring it in piecemeal, and it's all these various boxes. I mean, you got your jacking beam, oil drip trays, the wheels are for making it movable. I think that's the jacking tray, I think, that your jacking beam sits in, which is that bit there, I think. I don't know what all these parts are yet. Thankfully there's a manual somewhere.
I don't know, just like a brochure.
Oh, I was hoping there would be an assembly manual. Bloody hope there is. Hopefully, he says, there's a manual and we can start assembling it over the next several nights. It's not going to be a 5-minute job, but I think the first job is just to sit down and work out what all the parts are, how it all goes together, and then we're going to have to manoeuvre the cars about in these various boxes piled behind me to make room in the corner to set it up. But there's a lot of scrap, all the metal banding, tons of cardboard, bubble wrap, and there's some steel work there that was fastened to the either end. That's all to chuck out. So yeah, that's going to be it for this morning. It's a hard morning's work, but now the fun begins. So over the next few videos you might see us assembling it, or I just do a quick here it is in pieces and here it is finished sort of video, but we'll see how we come on. Good morning, welcome back to the Mini Performance Workshop. Sunday morning. Yesterday was a very busy day. We basically spent all day moving the lift that you can see behind me. So what's been happening is during the week, the lift was delivered on Monday, so during the week I've been coming up here after work and we've been working on assembling it as much as we can. As you can see behind me, it's pretty much all up and running. All that's left now is the electronics to wire in to the mains, because I've got the wiring on the pole itself done, but I've only done it as much as I can work out is correct, because the wiring diagram doesn't really help a lot. I did test it last night by just temporarily putting the plug on the power lead and turning the rotary switch on, and the light does come on, but when you press the up button nothing happens. The motor doesn't kick into life, so I need to check the voltages that are going across to that in case I got some of the many black wires switched around somewhere. But thanks to Mark yesterday we managed to get everything outside and everything pushed back in, but in different places, and at the moment it's still just a case of get everything back inside, because obviously today was going to be wet, so we had to concentrate on getting it done yesterday, and everything's in, but it's just in that phase where you're finding a home for everything, where it's going to be best placed and not in the way and convenient and all that sort of stuff, just to get stuff running ergonomically again. Obviously it seems as though we've got less space, but we haven't, because obviously the floor acreage, the floor meterage, whatever the phrase is, hasn't changed. It's just things are in a different place. The trailer's a little bit further away from the wall because we had to get it in that corner over there, which lost us a little bit of space, but not that much. But until the lift is finally positioned, it's going to be difficult to work out. It needs to come away from that door at the far end and come this way, probably about 6 inches so the door opens properly, and then perhaps needs to come out from this wall out this way a bit as well, but I don't really know how much yet. Basically I think just enough so you can get around the post, because we don't want it coming out this far, too far this way, and it is a massive bloody thing. The old lift is still on the floor here, and it's basically getting in the way at the moment. I just hope that the lad that's buying it is well enough to come and collect it pretty damn soon, because he come a cropper out on his mountain bike, and because he's an old bugger like me, it takes a bit of time to heal. So this morning's job is to get the wiring run in trunking and round to the plug, because it's only going to run off the plug, because it's not like a massive power draw, and the plugs are rated quite high on the circuit. On the plugs is quite high, and things like the welder and that, I've never tripped them out, so we're going to try it and see what happens. So that's this morning's plan, and then this afternoon we'll come back and work on probably trying to get it in its final position, and the initial setup, which will be putting the hydraulic oil in the reservoir, take it off its wheels because it has some wheels for moving about, and then see about setting the tension in these all these ropes and things, get all that lot there and thereabouts, and then you have to check it for level between the locking arms, which are inside here. It's the positions that it locks into. We've got to check they're all level. And then we've also got to level the actual runways of the ramp as well, which is done by adjusting these on each corner. So that's providing we can get the electrics working anyway. Until I get that sorted, I can't do much more. So yeah, that's your update.